It is said that if you find yourself going and repeating yourself constantly, then sometimes you need to record it. As a parent, I did not find that this was effective. As a business owner, it might be. Because sometimes a story is just worth telling over and over and over. So let me talk to you about my clients I had yesterday. In both cases, I had the same story. Because one person had carpal tunnel. I knew that, especially when, not only through their intake, but also when they walked in the door, these 3 fingers just didn't move, they didn't open up, they didn't function. They looked a little abnormal, caught, stuck. In their mind, they had carpal tunnel. The other person had an injury to, they had numbness on their toes. Both 2 very different areas. But the same story is effective. In some cases, they've come in, they've already gone through every aspect. Oh, the woman that couldn't sleep on her hip, her toes were numb. Even the side of her leg had been numb for apparently many more years than what she told me about. And she's like, oh, we're talking about a story about what happened when you were younger. I didn't tell you that since I was a kid, I had this numbness on this part of the leg. She's actually thinking about having surgery in which the doctor would go and sear off her nerve endings so that she wouldn't feel pain anymore. I said, you want to try me instead? Maybe I can help, but maybe I can't. Well, you're talking about that hand too, right? Sometimes, of course, in order to get to that point, she's had MRIs, CAT scans, x-rays. He as well has had carpal tunnel. They've wanted to do surgery. He's like, I don't want to do that. But I did promise you I'd talk about beavers. So the way I think of this is, regardless of if it's from the hand or numbness and pain going down to the leg or the feet, you have a spine. In that spine, you've got your brainstem here, and that goes down in between your vertebrae. Kind of detailed. You probably didn't want to know all that jargon. Sometimes people don't want to see anything from within. That's okay. And of course, we have arteries and veins that come out, nerves that go, and that blood flow comes through here, and it can sometimes get caught or trapped in different ways. So when I'm working on a hand, I'm also working all the way up to the neck to see how does the neck travel. I might do doing photos where they close their eyes to see, do they sway a little bit more. I had one gentleman, when he closed his eyes, his head went like that. Can you open your eyes? Can you close it again? He didn't, but he had had a fall. He had actually had 2 falls between the fall and the summer, and it had some rib impacting. But I wondered if there might have been more. So the way I think about it a lot of times is I think about our nerves as a river. Let's take that river and see how that goes. So we've got our nerves that travel all the way down, kind of like the Mississippi. But what happens if you're happen to be driving along and you see those beavers, or you're walking on a hike and you see those cute little beavers going and building a nest, and just the intricacies of taking those logs and starting to build along the waterway, and we don't really think about it. We think about, oh, those cute little beavers. If you're a farmer, that is not your thoughts about cute little beavers. Do not exist. But as we're watching them, we marvel about how they can move things and get it across the waterway. But say you are a farmer. Say it gets to be fall. You want to go and bring your beef cattle and sell them. And they've been grass-fed. But for some reason, they just haven't, even throughout the summer, they weren't looking as healthy as they could. They just weren't gaining the weight they should have. They were looking a little sickly. You're going, what's going on with my cattle? And then you start going to, and then you start looking around and going, oh, well, the weeds might be green, but